This is Baby Metal's first time on our magazine cover since PMC, Volume 29, August 30th, 2023, and exactly 1 year since your last interview in the PMC newspaper, May 9th, 2024, just before Foxfest.
Yeah, that brings me back.
Time flies so fast around Baby Metal, even just 1 year feels like an eternity ago.
It really goes by fast. Somehow it's already 2025, and when it's pointed out that this year marks our 15th anniversary, I'm like, has it really been that long already?
When Baby Metal first emerged in the 2010s, you were considered an anomaly in the metal scene. However, with the extensive international tours from 2023 onwards and the release of your latest album, Metal Fourth, there's a growing expectation that Baby Metal is finally poised to become a mainstream force in the metal scene. What do you think about these expectations?
We don't necessarily feel that way ourselves. I mean, there are so many senpai who are much more accomplished than we are in the metal scene, so we don't feel like we've reached their level yet. 15 years and counting might be considered mid-career in other genres, but in the metal world, 15 years is nothing. Aren't a lot of famous bands celebrating 30 or 40-year anniversaries? So even as we tour the world with this album, we don't want to lose that newcomer feeling and attitude. That being said, recently, bands like Spirit Box, who were once considered odd and unconventional, and bands that weren't previously categorized as metal, are now being nominated for Grammys in the metal category, right? In that sense, we may secretly hope that Baby Metal can become that kind of recognized presence, too.
You're being too humble.
No, not at all.
That said, I do think things have been changing recently. You can really feel it on tour. Kids who used to come to Baby Metal shows with their parents are now old enough to buy their own tickets, and I'm hearing more and more people say things like, Baby Metal got me into music, or I grew up listening to Baby Metal. That's when I really feel the passage of time, like, oh, I suppose they would be grown up after 15 years, wouldn't they?
Yeah, that's true.
You can see it in the reactions at festivals, too. There's so many more people who know Baby Metal, and the increased number of little kids in the audience is a big change, too, I think.
You're right. I've noticed a significant increase in the last 2 years.
There's so many kids.
It makes us so happy to see little kids looking up to us at our shows.
You've always had a lot of young fans overseas, but it seems that their numbers are continuing to grow.
I wish you could come to a show overseas and see it for yourself.
Right? Our overseas shows are truly amazing now. You can feel the energy from the crowd's reactions, and more often, when we meet legendary artists backstage, they'll say, my kid is a fan of yours.
At festivals, the sons and daughters of artists we meet will come up to us and say, I listen to Baby Metal.
It's the same with Green Day. At first, the son and mother of one of their members came to watch our show and talk to us. When we told them we wanted to meet the Green Day members, they were like, oh, of course, and introduced us.
So, you took a picture with Green Day at Rock am Ring, June 2024 at Nürburgring. You've been getting acquainted with other bands in such interestingly unusual ways?
It's the same with Tool. When we went to see their show, one of the members' partners was there and excitedly said, wow, Baby Metal! My husband plays bass! Look, over there!
That's incredible.
Things like that happen a lot. I'm realizing more and more as I get older that all these veteran artists are incredibly generous.
So you're feeling those changes as you tour the world. Are there any changes you notice in the audience when you're looking out from the stage?
Well, Japan and overseas are different to begin with.
Overseas, it's not just more little kids. The number of grandpas and grandmas is increasing too.
Grandpas and grandmas?
Yes, grandpas and grandmas who appear rather soft and kindly at first glance and don't look like they'd listen to metal are in the very center of the front row grooving out. It makes me think we're still a metal band, right? Conversely, there are also really tiny kids on people's shoulders, too.
Building on all the groundwork you've laid since the 2010s, you've toured the world extensively as the new Baby Metal since 2023, and are now creating the new album Metal Fourth in collaboration with various artists. I imagine there must have been times when you reconsidered what Baby Metal is. And so I'd like to ask you again now, what exactly is Baby Metal?
That answer hasn't changed. Ultimately, Baby Metal is Baby Metal. Our mindset hasn't changed, and what we're doing hasn't changed. However, in the sense that this Metal Fourth album was created by adding various spices from around the world, it feels like new music has been born, and I think how we're perceived from the outside might change a little. And as we've met various artists through the world tour, well, it may be rather presumptuous of me, but I'm also feeling firsthand that songs inspired by baby metal are also being created, and that the metal world is eagerly charging all over in new directions. So for us, baby metal has always been baby metal, but as this wave spreads throughout the world, we also have to evolve to stay baby metal. We want to do a lot of interesting things and keep making interesting music. And that's why this album is also a diverse new challenge. And I think by continuing this process, baby metal will continue to be baby metal.
On the other hand, the global music scene is constantly changing, isn't it? How do you think baby metal is perceived within such a shifting music scene?
Our perception and feelings come from our concerts above all, and I don't think anything has fundamentally changed when it comes to the audience in that regard. As I said before, the demographics of fans coming to our shows has changed, but the audience's passion has remained hyped. Our spirit of facing the audience's challenge whenever on stage never wavers, no matter where we're performing. For example, in other genres, there are different trends at any given time, but metal as a genre doesn't really waver. There are many veterans and everyone has a clear sense of direction and purpose. I feel that also applies to us.
I think the practice of co-writing has become well established in every music scene, and we're seeing it change, where metal is also expanded by incorporating other genres. As you mentioned earlier, as the global music scene becomes more genre-free, isn't this a more favorable environment for baby metal to thrive?
Yes, I'd say so. For example, we're now being invited to festivals that are completely unrelated to metal, and we've got people who don't seem interested in metal otherwise coming to baby metal shows. Perhaps that's part of this genre-free era.
Furthermore, the world is experiencing extreme political and economic turmoil, and it's a rather divisive era. It feels important that baby metal created the Metal Fork album, which features bands from all countries without discrimination. What was the production process like?
For our third album, Metal Galaxy, we collaborated with artists we met while traveling the world. But this time, in addition to songs baby metal created, there are also songs that our collaborators created. As such, the collaborators' colors come through more strongly, if that makes sense. We then mixed in baby metal's elements into each song, so the production was very challenging. But I think it's an even deeper collaborative album than before. We had some difficulties in communication and cultural differences. For example, even if we said, we absolutely need this phrase here because it will really get the crowd going, our intention might not always get across to the other party.
For example?
A clear example would be Ratatata with Electric Callboy. It includes interjections like "foo, foo," which is a Japanese cultural thing, isn't it? It was a constant back and forth between the baby metal team, who absolutely wanted to include it, and the Electric Callboy team, who wanted to reduce it as much as possible. We discussed it over and over again.
Certainly an understandable reaction.
We really tried hard to explain in Japan, this is how we can hype up the crowd, so let's just try putting it in.
In the end, after performing Ratatata live, did they understand your intention?
I think they did. It hypes up the crowd one way in Japan and a different way in Germany. We actually performed the song live in each country, and we felt the differences firsthand. I think it's because we went through such close cross-cultural exchanges during production that our mutual understanding and respect deepened. Besides the song, the album contains various other examples of culture and language intermixing, and every baby metal album always creates a feeling, but even more so this time. As I consider who else would be able to create this kind of work, no other Japanese artists really come to mind, in my humble opinion.
And I'd say baby metal is the only one able to do this, even among world artists. So this time, you created this album together with artists from all over the world.
Yes, that's right.
Earlier, you mentioned that collaborating artists also provided songs, and it's impressive how the official fourth baby metal album somehow still has amazingly unwavering unity and persuasiveness. What about baby metal gives this album such strength?
In that regard, I think there's a flow of the times at play. As we just discussed, the music scene is truly becoming genre-free. I hope that this album will be recognized immediately as being new baby metal, thanks to this era where being genre-free is generally accepted. And fundamentally, I think it's largely because we were the first to take on the challenge of fusing metal and J-pop. The idea just kept expanding, that's all. So it's like, thank you to ourselves from 15 years ago.
Haha, when did the concept for this album originally begin?
I think the project started moving in earnest after BABYMETAL joined and Metalli was written. Of course, the album includes songs made before then, but most of them are completely new. It feels like the production progressed from interactions at festivals and so on. So the concept itself is recent, but it developed as we met various people while touring the world.
For example, with Slaughter to Prevail from Russia, we met them properly for the first time at a European festival, and we talked about wanting to make a song together. It quickly took shape as Song 3, so I think this song came together in about half a year.
So perhaps it's not that you took action to create this album, but rather it was the result of chance encounters?
Yes, that's right.
So you yourselves might have never imagined you'd make a work like this then.
We surprised even ourselves, right?
BABYMETAL, you joined BABYMETAL in April 2023, so this was your first full album production.
Yeah.
How was
I was so surprised to learn that this is what album production is like. It was really fun how the next song would just keep coming, and I was so excited thinking what kind of song would be next. Each song is built from so many elements, and I was really looking forward to hearing the finished product even after recording was completed. Listening to the album all the way through, I don't get tired of it. It's full of great songs from beginning to end, and I'm genuinely happy that this album will be my first as BABYMETAL.
The album opens with For Me to You, featuring Poppy, which has been pre-released as a single. How did the song come about?
Originally, we asked Jordan Fish, then of Bring Me the Horizon, for a second collaboration track following Kingslayer featuring BABYMETAL. That's when the idea came up that it might be interesting to include Poppy as well.
Jordan thought it would be even more interesting with Poppy's screams added in.
Right. Poppy had known about BABYMETAL for a while and had said she wanted to create a song with us, so we finally had a chance to make it happen. I think mixing BABYMETAL with Poppy's screams created a really good chemical reaction. The music video creates a world where dystopia and utopia intersect, with souls clashing, and just watching it makes you feel energized. The video really reflected our spirit.
As BABYMETAL-san speaks, I see the other two looking on encouragingly, as always.
Go, you can do it.
Poppy wasn't merely aware of BABYMETAL, she's a big fan, isn't she?
We hadn't heard it directly from her before, just that she liked BABYMETAL or something. So it was later on that we found out, oh, she really likes us.
We're always too humble, you know?
We'll be touring together with Poppy as a special guest on the BABYMETAL UK and Europe Arena Tour 2025 starting in May, so we'd like to catch up properly.
Speaking of the music video, I wanted to ask about the choreography for this song too. There are a lot of hand movements around the face, especially during the chorus.
From Me to You translates to deliver to you in Japanese, and this phrase is used several times in the lyrics. Miki Kometal created choreography that has a feeling of support and encouragement. That's why I think the choreography ended up looking like we're dancing with pom-poms. And recently, TikTok-style dances revolving around the face are popular, aren't they? So we want to go viral with it.
We want everyone to dance along. It's cute and easy to dance to, so
We want to go viral, you know.
That's the second declaration to go viral.
We haven't gone viral on TikTok yet, so maybe we're not quite keeping up with the times. We'll have to make it come true somehow.
Yeah, that's true.
No. You've been riding the wave plenty already. Are there similar choreographic changes and evolutions, not just in From Me to You, but also in other songs yet to be revealed?
Yes, I think the overall difficulty of the dance has increased. Before, there was a lot of neck isolation, but the new songs have more chest isolation. It is difficult, yeah.
But it really shows that Mikiko Metal has high expectations for us.
Yeah, it makes me happy.
So BABYMETAL's dances are just gonna keep getting harder?
they're getting pretty tough, honestly.
And following Ratatanta is the third track, Song 3, features Slaughter to Prevail. I was surprised that Slaughter to Prevail would sing such lyrics.
We sing about Oji-san, Oba-san, or Grandma and Grandpa.
In this song, BABYMETAL and Alex Terrible have quite an intense vocal battle.
We're passing death growls back and forth, but can the listeners even tell if what we're doing?
I can tell them.
Yeah, me too.
We can definitely tell.
Oh, that's great. I'd be happy if people could tell who's singing at different points.
On this album, BABYMETAL has put in quite a bit of death girl work, so that was another new challenge.
I'll be quite pleased if people keep their ears open for it.
Like an algorithm.
The growls are also in quiet too, right?
And Radicat's how?
All of the collaboration tracks on this album must have been stimulating to create. Which one left the biggest impression on you?
My favorite is Con Con featuring Bloodywood.
Oh, I can see that.
From the moment I first heard the demo track,
It was like, they gotta be messing with us, right?
Yeah, it felt like the playful BABYMETAL was back. My first listen to the song was the demo track without lyrics, and it felt very
Indian. It had all sorts of instruments, and the interjections and guitar felt like music I'd never heard before. But as we wondered how it might match a more Japanese musical style, it turned out to become a yokai song. And when I kept listening to it as a yokai song, images of an old house from a Japanese folk story at night or a haunted house came to mind. It's quite mysterious. But then Indian rap comes in and it shifts it into a different world again. It's really interesting how the sound changes the focus so drastically. This song is fully choreographed already, and it's incredibly difficult to dance. It's quite Bollywood-esque.
Oh, really? Sounds interesting.
Yes, with various isolation moves and takes quite a bit of strength and control.
The strain on the right leg is insane.
The right leg?
For real, our butts hurt after rehearsals.
It hurts, right? It's a choreography unlike anything we've seen from BABYMETAL before, so I'm sure it'll get the crowd hyped at live shows, and I'm looking forward to the audience's reaction in many ways.
In fact, we actually watched the dance parts from the film RRR over and over again for this song.
Yeah. This is the feeling we're going for.
We studied super hard. Thinking about it, this album has a lot of songs where Sue Metal dances quite a bit.
Yes, she dances so much. Whenever it's the collaborating artist part, we're doing the dance break, so the live shows are going to be really tough. I might sweat more than ever.
That's so true. There are just so many dance sections.
I'm scared.
When I think of Sue Metal finally understanding how tough the choreo is for us, I'm kind of looking forward to it.
How do you feel about the increased dancing Sue Metal?
I've kind of got mixed feelings. There's joy of expression through dance. For example, in Con Con Con, we dance quite intensely during the rap sections. In previous songs, I would hold back on dancing a bit or do canons because I was singing, but this song has parts where all three of us dance so intensely it feels like a dance track. So I'm genuinely happy about that. But yes, I definitely already understood how tough it is for the other two. Thank you always.
No, thank you. Thank you.
You also participated in Bakaf, which is on Bloodywood's recently released album New Delhi. It's wonderful how you participate in each other's songs like that. Even the music by itself reflects the good relationship between the bands.
That's right. Us joining Bloodywood feels completely different from them joining us. For each track, I try to adjust my singing style a bit to match Bloodywood's or make other subtle changes. So I hope people will listen closely and realize that even though it's a collab between the same groups, Bloodywood featuring BABYMETAL and BABYMETAL featuring Bloodywood are completely different.
My feeling is that Kawaii combines both unexpectedness and classic BABYMETAL essence.
I was happy that we could create a song with Dai-Dai-san from Paladusk again. It really feels like his style, but still also has that BABYMETAL feel.
This song is one of the more challenging tracks on this album, isn't it?
For us, yes, we had quite a tough time recording this song, particularly with Sue Metal's rap part.
In what way?
We were actually recording this right up until the last minute during last year's South American tour, and then we were asked to add a rap part too, please. So we holed up in the dressing room and practiced to get it together. I feel quite relieved to have this song completed, and I'm looking forward to seeing the audience's reaction to this song more than any other. This song isn't choreographed yet, and it's going to be difficult to decide which parts to highlight as movements because there are quite a few ad-libbed spoken parts.
But there are also parts where we cheer together with the audience.
Personally, I really like Moa Metal's "Boo-doo-doo-doo," where she vibrates her lips.
I wonder how that will turn out when we do it live. We can't keep every element.
You're right. I wonder how it will turn out.
Knowing BABYMETAL, it seems like the process of things changing and evolving as you perform songs live is part of the fun. Personally, this might be my favorite song on the album.
The MC was also a challenge at first as we wondered what kind of reaction it would get live, but now it's become an indispensable song at every concert. So perhaps this song will also change considerably depending on how the audience reacts.
I haven't been to your most recent shows, but I imagine that BMC nowadays must be quite different compared to a year ago.
I think so. It's getting more and more intense, fueled by the audience's passion.
Crowd participation changes the flow completely, doesn't it?
It changes completely. BMC was performed in a fairly straightforward way early on, but watching the audience get hyped ignites a competitive spirit where we don't want to lose to them. And from there on, as we continue to perform it live, more and more elements have been added.
Sunset Kiss, featuring Polyphia, marks another collaboration with Polyphia. As the second collaboration with them since Brand New Day, featuring Tim Henson and Scott LePage, did it feel easier this time?
It was easier. Now that we know them quite well, we're able to imagine the feeling and intention they have when playing. We talked a lot with Polyphia when we were together at Fox.Fest last year, and this song was born naturally from the desire to create another song together. So knowing the other party well before creating the song is definitely a big difference.
Hearing this, it seems that interactions backstage at festivals are key to your collaborations.
It's almost entirely at festivals. Plus, outside of live performances, BABYMETAL kind of disappears and doesn't really talk to people, right?
So you're literally living on stage.
Exactly.
In Sunset Kiss, I was able to use vocal techniques and nuances that wouldn't have been possible without experience from Brand New Day. Brand New Day also evolved as we continued to sing it, and the feeling changed again after hearing Polyphia perform it live at Foxfest. I feel that what was refined then is also being utilized in Sunset Kiss. In fact, the way I sing this song changed completely between the demo stage and after the guitars were added. Even the melody changed. Taking that into consideration, I'd say this song was conceived and built as a song with these nuances, precisely because it was our second collaboration with Polyphia.
As we discussed regarding BMXC earlier, it appears that live performances or other songs can oftentimes draw out different potential ways of singing.
That happens quite a lot. The scene I imagine in the recording booth and the scene I see live are completely different. Also, it can change based on the audience's reactions and expressions, and sometimes an invisible atmosphere or feeling automatically visualizes itself within me. So, in response to that visualization, I might change things up, as I consider if a different way of singing might work better.
Also, out of all of our songs, this song's choreography is the most faithful to the lyrics, so I think that helps make it easy to understand too.
Yeah, it's fairly intuitive.
We really want everyone to experience this song soon.
BABYMETAL. Regarding My Queen featuring Spirit Box, you must have found a bit of inspiration from Spirit Box's vocalist, right?
I did, but mine is still no match for hers. Your vocal qualities are quite different after all. I almost want to go up to her and ask, how do you even do it? You're doing great. No, but Courtney LaPlante added a very intense, what should I call it? Spice? Yes, she added spice to the song, so I really want everyone to hear it soon.
What are your thoughts on this song, Sue-Metal?
For me, this song has a feeling of outer and inner worlds. The sound itself has a heavy, dark atmosphere, and there's a desire to break through, but something is holding you back. It's a struggle. To me, that's what Spirit Box represents. But at the same time, it's the song on this album where I was able to sing most like myself.
In what way?
There are many parts where I hold long notes in a high register, and because Courtney San's lows and screams help anchor the vocals, it enhances my singing too. That's why I'm able to be more like myself, I think. That might be something interesting, unique to collaborations between female artists. I'm really looking forward to the day we can perform this song live together.
What about Algorithm?
Honestly, I never thought they'd use my death growls. When I heard them in the finalized version, I was like, oh, they made it in. When it comes to death growls, there are phrases that are easy to vocalize and those that are still rather hard for me. So I still feel like my skills aren't quite there yet.
It sounds like you'll evolve even further from here.
I certainly hope so.
With such a variety of new songs, it's interesting how Metalli featuring Tom Morello still fits in seamlessly despite being released back in August 2023. Now that it's part of a larger full album, what are your thoughts about this song?
It's become such a staple of our setlist that I feel like our live shows wouldn't be nearly as exciting without it. Also, since Metalli is the first song we made with this new lineup, it definitely holds the most special place in my heart. It's been important to us from the very beginning. But yeah, now that you mention it, I did wonder if Tom Morello's son would stand out on the album.
Not at all.
I feel like it fits perfectly precisely because this song and his contribution is part of this larger group of collaborators.
Metalli comes after Algorithm, so I feel like it continues that Japanese vibe.
It's a good progression, isn't it?
So it fits well within the album.
Yes. It feels like finally returning to Japan after traveling to various places.
That's right. Also, I can really feel the difference in Polyphia's and Tom Morello's guitar tones and playing styles. I keep marveling at how both are guitar players, but there's such a stark difference in the sounds they create and the styles they play.
For the album's closer, White Flame, Sue-Metal has written lyrics once more, following Divine Attack from the other one.
Yes, I just found out recently that Sue-Metal wrote the lyrics for this one.
Yeah, we had no idea, did we?
As a matter of fact, this song was created much earlier than Divine Attack.
Oh, really? Was it shelved?
Yes, it's been in hibernation. I think it's been around since Metal Galaxy, and after many twists and turns with changing themes, it finally settled into its current form. There aren't that many words per se, but it's more like it appears like an illusion with a fleeting quality, yet it's constantly gazing at a single point of light. The music came first, so I wanted to convey strong feelings that wouldn't be overshadowed, but I also wanted a fleeting feel, so I worked on it like a puzzle, balancing those elements through trial and error. The melody also changed many times.
What was the theme you had in mind? I'm quite curious.
Me too.
The image is something like a white something following Amore, blue, and Akatsuki, red. This time I'm using the word flame, but the sun is the main motif, just so you know. The image I had was of a very powerful light off in the distance, hidden by a mist so you can't see it clearly. But then, in a fleeting moment, you think, wait, I think I see it now. And just for a moment, you see it. That's the moment I wanted to capture. It's so bright that paradoxically, you can't see it clearly. It should be there, but you can't grasp its presence. And you want to keep pursuing it. That's the kind of image. It's a bit deep.
Wow, deep indeed. It is quite deep.
Did you change the song or lyrics again when you recorded it this time?
This song was developed piece by piece, and I worked on it over a long period. So rather than re-recording it, it was more like, oh, this song is going to make its long-awaited appearance on this album.
It finally saw the light of day.
Yes. That's the feeling. Something that would appear and disappear periodically is now finally being unveiled to full anticipation.
Although this is your first official album since Metal Galaxy in 2019, did the Other One concept album released in 2023 influence the production of this album?
It did, yes. The Other One was our first concept album, positioned as a kind of side story to Baby Metal's usual work. I'd say it was more darker and more thoroughly metal compared to previous Baby Metal songs, but I believe it was a very important bridge connecting the third and fourth albums. It's precisely because we have a metal-focused work like The Other One that an incredibly varied Baby Metal like the one featured in this album can truly shine.
Well then, now that we've finished discussing all the songs on the album, I'd like to ask a standard question for PMC magazine.
Yes, I know this question is for me.
Here it comes.
Your time has come.
Oh, I have given this a lot of thought.
Here goes. Which song from Metal Fourth would you recommend to PMC readers?
What's it gonna be?
I recommend Kawaii.
Ooh.
And why is that?
The title of this song, Kawaii, has X throughout it, right? So for people with a pure heart, I think it looks like PXMXC, PMC.
Oh, I see. Is that why we have X in the name?
I can see it.
I can see it.
Kawaii is PMC. That's all garbled up.
I never thought you'd come at it from that angle.
But it wouldn't be strange to hear PMC somewhere in the song, would it?
We should have recorded a line singing PMC.
You're right.
Maybe I'll sing it when we do it live.
That would be amazing. The Baby Metal UK in Europe Arena Tour 2025 kicks off on May 10th. On May 30th, the London show will be your biggest headline performance overseas yet, playing for the first time at the 20,000 capacity of the O2 Arena. After the EU and UK tour, you'll have the Baby Metal North America 2025 tour, Summer Sonic 2025, and Summer Sonic Bangkok 2025. What kind of tour do you expect it to be?
It's a tour accompanying Metal Fourth, but the album won't be released in the EU or the UK before then.
First, I wonder what the reaction will be.
Right, I'm so curious. Yes, everyone will be coming without knowing the songs from the new album, right? So it's a little scary, isn't it? Because it'll be a string of songs that don't make sense to them.
Will there be a new song Blank Stare Zone?
But that blank stare feeling is something you can only experience right before an album comes out, and I think it's truly special to experience that moment on a big stage.
It gives me goosebumps.
First of all, it's our first time doing an arena tour overseas, so I have no idea what the reaction will be. I remember feeling very much like the away team when we played at Wembley Arena in the UK, so whether this tour will feel like home or if it will still feel like an away game remains to be seen.
I think it'll be an away game, don't you?
Really? Well, it will certainly be a challenge.
A special arena show in Japan is also planned for next January. Can you say anything about that at this point?
Yeah, the idea is to do arena shows in 3 major cities across the world. In the UK, America, and finally Japan.
So I think it will feel like we're finally returning to Japan after experiencing various things around the world. And by then, the album's songs will surely have matured. We'll be gradually showcasing the new songs, so I feel like we might be able to perform all of the album's songs in Japan. That's what we're building up towards.
You've recently transferred to an overseas label and are now seriously embarking on creating a global legend. With that in mind, could you give a message to your Japanese fans?
As we've toured the world, how we're perceived and the reactions we get in each place have been changing rapidly, particularly over the past 2 years. We really want to seriously commit to overseas activities, so I hope you'll see our worldwide contract with Capitol Records as a strong symbol of our determination. We feel that Baby Metal's real challenge starts now. While we're touring the world, our fans in Japan might feel a bit lonely, but we hope you'll watch over Baby Metal as we spread our wings widely. That being said, we started our radio show, Baby Metal no Mataraji, Tokyo FM in Japan recently. For the first time in 15 years, you can hear us talking casually. We've received many messages from listeners for the show, and we've been able to communicate directly to fans through that platform too. So I hope we can stay connected with everyone through that platform. Also, our show with Seikima Direct vs. Baby Metal in Yokohama, has been announced for August 30th and 31st.
That announcement came as quite the surprise.
It was totally out of the blue, wasn't it? A confrontation, if I can call it that, with artists Baby Metal has admired and paid homage to since our early days. I get emotional to think of it finally coming true. There are other things we haven't been able to announce yet too, so please look forward to those as well. So when we return to Japan, we'd be delighted if you could warmly welcome us back after our hard work around the world.
Finally, just one more thing. Mama Metal, please tell us about a recommended suite you encountered in the past year since your last interview. Last time it was the soccer tort from Vienna.
Of course, I found so many sweets worth recommending while overseas, but I miraculously found an incredibly delicious Mont Blanc in Japan. I'll tell you what kind of Mont Blanc later. It's such a favorite that I don't want to say it too loudly, so please, PMC readers, just imagine it.
We love Mont Blanc so much. We even bring sweet roasted chestnuts from Japan when we go on overseas tours.
After traveling the world, I realize Japanese Mont Blanc is just different. Japan has the best Mont Blanc.
So at the end of the day, your favorite was actually in Japan after all.
I wanted to represent Japan proudly.
Go Mont Blanc!
Baby Metal is also a representative of Japan.
We live and die together with Mont Blanc.